my name is Mo, and we're back after Ramadan's month and the fasting and all that. I'm glad to be back to hear your comments, to hear your concerns. I'm grateful that you waited for me for a whole month. I know that a month is a long time to disconnect with you guys. But as you know that every now and then I need to disconnect to be able to continue being honest and authentic when I talk with you about all the subjects with regards to mindfulness, with regards to mental health, and with regards to well-being as a whole. So it is important for me on a mental health side to always have like good breaks between each period of our season. So saying that, I kept on thinking, what should I share with those lovely people who are waiting for my new episodes? And in actual thought, I remember today that I did Rasa Sadhana meditation, which is regards to emotions and acknowledgement of emotions when you meditate. And it is really important that we acknowledge our emotions every day, that we accept them as they are, that we accept them, that even though some emotions are good and some emotions are really wicked and bad, all of the emotions are set there and are planted in our subconscious and our brain for a certain function and a certain purpose. Yes, I know. Someone's gonna tell me. So, what's the function of being angry or of being in fear? Well, ladies and gents, all these emotions help us survive. And this is how we've been able to survive as a species. Not as me, just as a species over the centuries. If we didn't have those mechanisms that helped us survive, we would have long been extinct like many other beings on this wonderful and beautiful planet. So the break was really important, and I always would advise for those who feel really stressed and who feel too much work and overworking and so on, to always have a break. Why is that? Because it's really important to have such breaks every now and then. And for me, I had some kind of healing during that month. I went through some very difficult periods during the month of Ramadan, and I talk with you as a normal human being that has issues and concerns, and I need to be coached much as you need to be coached. So I do not claim that I understand everything. I do not claim that I am 100 emotion-free, stress-free person. I am not the happiest person or the positive one. I remember a reel I just watched yesterday about having a positive attitude. And having a positive attitude really does not necessarily mean that I have to always be smiling and always be laughing and always joke about everything. A positive attitude is by definition something that you can learn from mistakes you did, the falls, the failures you did. How did you acknowledge these failures? How did you learn from them? What are the steps did you take after you failed? So when I talk to you frankly and openly, and honestly, being broken at one point in time is important for everyone. I do not wish anyone to be broken. I do not wish for anyone to be in my place. I do not wish that. However, being in my place, having those issues, overcoming those issues are important. They give me energy. They give me motivation. They gave me motivation of talking to you today, even though I did not want to talk about what happened. But it is important for me to share because you and I are the same. We are the same people. We have the same issues. There is no difference between us. We have the same problems. So in this episode, I'm going to discuss emotions and how mindfulness can guide us to acknowledge our emotions. Our emotions can hinder us from achieving goals if we do not accept them, if we do not acknowledge them. Emotions like fear, anger, and disgust can prevent us from becoming the person we want. Yes, from the person that we want. But fear protects us. Anger makes us realize that we are not flawless at all, that we are human beings, that we can get angry. We are not all the time switched on to happy mode, to joyful mode. We are not all the time that way. So emotions like anger, emotions like disgust, emotions like fear, they help us deal with these issues. If we didn't have those fears, then everything would be nice. Everything would be great. The bad and the good. The bad things that happen to us, we will be happy. We will laugh. We will not be afraid. We will not feel angry. We will not feel disgusted. We will be feeling joyful and happy and at peace. And this is definitely not the way to do it. We are emotional beings. A lot of people in the business world today still treat employees without understanding emotional intelligence. Emotions is the thing that drives us at work, drives us at home. Those people tell you that when you come to work, just leave your emotions and your issues at home. This is not correct. Because we are emotional. We have emotions. It will carry us, even if we try to forget what happened. It is only our nature. So employees have to express their emotions. Organization have to understand what is emotional intelligence and have to acknowledge that emotional intelligence is so important for the success of the organizations and for the success of their employees to be successful and satisfied and be able to retain them. So this is why emotions are really important. As we move along in our mindfulness journey, we also need to acknowledge and accept emotions that are negative before the positive. You need to acknowledge them. So the negatives are more important than the positive. And there are several ways you can do this to acknowledge negative emotions. I always tell, and I always keep on saying to everyone and to myself, because whatever I tell you, I have to do it also. Journaling, 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 journaling. Journaling is important. The power of journaling as a mindfulness technique, and especially when we acknowledge our emotions, is very powerful tool. Don't take it lightly. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not take this lightly. Friends and fans, please do not take this lightly. Journaling is really important. Why? Because without journaling, we cannot express how we feel. We will express it in other negative ways. But with journaling, you can always express your negative ideas, your negative thoughts. You can always express that I acknowledge that. You can always write affirmations, positive thinking, saying I will be like this, I will do like that, and I will overcome these challenges and these difficulties, and so on and so forth. It is important. It is important to journal, because journaling about your emotions can help you identify patterns of fears and daily worries. Can show you and can help you overcome these fears and daily worries. Journal can help you identify a pattern of negative self-talk. Can help you identify unnecessary negative thoughts. So that is number one. Number two, in your mindfulness journey, practices that are really important: meditation. And the internet has so many things. Of course, for beginners, I would of course advise you to just start from guided meditations if you are new to this. And you always can take meditations, small little steps, and this is what I did on a personal level. Today, I can meditate for up to 20 to 30 minutes. Until a year ago, my maximum was 5 to 7 minutes. So it is doable. It is doable. Meditation is important. It helps you improve your breath. It helps you kill and overcome and acknowledge your emotions while you're breathing, while you're sitting there. I did this today. I started to acknowledge all my fears, all my disgust, all my anger, because those are the three top emotions for me that I need to acknowledge, because they are destroying my relationship with my children, with my wife, with my family, with anyone I know. So I have to overcome them. I have to acknowledge them. I have to understand that they are there for a reason. So meditation is important to acknowledge these emotions. Meditations has many benefits, including you to help de-stress, to help you cope with depressions, anxiety, and sleep concentration or deprivation. The third practice, which I find it really important, which is DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, which employs strategies like emotion regulations, acceptance, and mindfulness. These things are important. These are ways to acknowledge your emotions, ways to regulate your emotions. Mel Robbins, in her famous 5-second rule, always tells you that if you want to break a thought, a negative thought in your brain, count from 5 to 1 backwards. And once you do that, you distract your thoughts, you distract your brain from thinking those negative thoughts into thinking for something else, a different thought, a positive thought, something joyful, something that will give you ease and peace, something that will make you wonder, something that will express your love and gratitude to others. So it is important. I usually use that 5 second rule because it is amazing. It is beyond amazing. And it really does help. It really does change your thought patterns. And it's so important to do that. So I would advise you to do the DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy, which includes emotion regulations, acceptance, and mindfulness. The fourth practice that you can do is based on cognitive therapy, which helps individuals become aware of and separate themselves from thoughts and feelings. So you have to become aware of those feelings, aware of those thoughts. Sometimes we are not aware. We do not accept these thoughts. We do not accept our emotions. Sometimes we really try and be blind about it. And that is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Fans, followers, that is the problem. You need to accept, you need to acknowledge, you need to understand why you did that, why what was the thought process in that area. And that is what is I'm trying to do to help me overcome what has happened and has transpired during last month. It has opened something for me, even though I was devastated for 2 days and still am. I'm still healing. My family is still healing. We are still in a healing process. They might not accept it. They might not say that they are healing, but we are healing. We're trying to heal. So it is really important. Become the last kind of practice is become an observer of your feelings. You can ignore your feelings or analyze and potentially understand why you're anxious and simply notice and allow it to exist. Allow it. Allow your feelings to exist. Allow those negative issues to exist. Allow them. It is really important to do that. So next time when you have a breakdown, when you have emotions creeping up on you, when you feel angry, when you feel fearful, when you feel disgusted, or even when you feel loved, acknowledge it, accept it, and live with it. We are emotional beings. We are not driven by our thoughts. We are driven by our hearts. We are driven by our hearts most of the time, more than our thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully next week we'll have something new. I would love it if you follow us on Instagram, Kaizen Mindfulness. And very soon we'll be on TikTok, Kaizen Mindfulness. So if you are really interested and really want to experience magic with me, I'm doing a magical meetup next on the 13th of May. It's a online workshop. It is for free. Anyone can attend. It will be at 8 p.m. Cairo local time. So if you would like to join, just send me a message or a comment in below the episodes, and I'll try and add you to the list of people. So until next week, God bless you, be safe, and practice being mindful. Until then, have a nice day. Goodbye.